All right, gang, this Hexy. I'm going to try this for the second time. All right, so y'all know I'm into G.O.S.S right now, and I'm going to learn this thing. I know I haven't shot many videos lately because I'm going to learn these rules because these games just look too stinking good, and the people that I know that are playing them are having a blast with them. I do have some other stuff set up. I still got Smolensk. I've got a scenario from Here Come the Rebels from the Great Campaign series. Avalon Hill one set up that me and Wardrobe are going to go through, sort of a learning thing for him. And I got a Clash of Giants Civil War game set up out there in the living room that I'll eventually, I got the pieces on it, but I ain't read the rules to it yet because I want to do this. So y'all bear with me, and once I get into understanding this game, I'll start doing a whole lot of gameplay with it, and hopefully I'll enjoy it. But what I wanted to do was a fire support mission because I am learning. So I've already done a couple here. And it's funny, I sent Clay Stone a message the other day saying it took me 2.5 hours to do my first mission, fire support mission. And then I came in tonight and I did 2 fire support missions. It took me 12 minutes. So we're going to walk through one. So in this scenario, Bloody Bucket, you don't have any onboard artillery because it's just a small area. So they're just off the map. They give you points. So the Americans get like 24 points a turn, and the Germans get 9, and then somewhere on one of the other turns they start getting 18. And the Americans can fire 6 points in a single barrage or a single volley. That's what they call them in this game. And unless they're in prepared assault and adjacent, or if the spotter is in a prepared assault and adjacent, they can do more. It doesn't say how many more, so I imagine you could do 2 volleys if you wanted to. But I've done 3 6-point volleys. I've got 6 points of ammo left, or artillery fire support points that I can use. So I'm going to do another 6-point barrage. So when you're doing this, or fire support, when you're doing this with artillery units, your spotting unit, you have a table and you check the size of your spotting unit. Like we'll take this guy here, for example, because he's going to spot this mission. We're going to fire at this guy right here. All right, so this is a battalion. So a battalion on the chart, an American battalion, he can spot for 4 units. Or I'm sorry, yeah, for 4 units. So 4 different artillery batteries could fire because this is a battalion-sized unit. Now, in this scenario, there's those stipulations aren't really applying. You can do a 6-point, and him being a prepared assault, he could probably do more. And I got to read the rules on that because I don't think you can do more than 2 volleys. I could be wrong. But so I've got 6 points left. So he's going to spot. Now, he could spot for 2 barrages, 2 different hexes. So if I was going to barrage this hex and this hex, he could spot for both of those. All right, but he couldn't do any more. So if there was another unit, maybe sitting beside him, he wouldn't be able to spot an artillery barrage for that unit. All right, if he was doing these 2. All right, so we're going to fire support 6 fire points into this. All right, and this unit here is an entrenchment. It's funny, I know it says 2, but it's an entrenchment 1, okay? And he's got 1 step, 2 steps, all right? He's got 2 steps of units. He's in the woods. Let's see if he's on a vantage point. I think he's on a vantage point, which actually doesn't matter really. All right, so he's in the woods. He's on a trail too. And he's in that entrenchment. So the first thing you do is you figure out your fire points, right? I know you're all not going to be able to see this. It's going to be written upside down for you all. But he's got 6, all right? First thing you do is you roll a 10-sided dice, all right? So I roll a 10-sided dice, and I rolled a 3. So we're going to add 6 to that 3. We now have 9, all right? Then you have this handy-dandy little chart that you go through to figure out your die roll modifiers, all right? And yeah, I know you aren't going to be able to see this either, but yeah, so that chart up here you're going to use. Now, since this is just a non-armored target, you're going to pick the best one from Group A, the target is, and the best one from Group B, and then you're going to use any modifiers that are in Group D and E, all right? So this guy is he's not in Wooded Rough. Yes, he is. He's in Wooded Rough because it's a little darker. So he's in Wooded Rough, which is going to be the best one there. So that's going to be -2. He's in an entrenchment 2, all right, which is really 1. So he's also going to get a -2 there. So you're going to take the best one. All right, then we're going to skip down here. He's only got 2 steps. So this is density. He's going to be a -1. So far we've got -2, -3, -4, -5. And then down here, I don't think he meets any of these. So he's going to end up with a -5. All right. So you'll take that -5 away from the 9. So now we're down to 4. All right. And then right beside that little table, you have another little chart. All right. I'll turn it this way so you can see this. So you go over here and you find what the modified number is. If it's 7 or less, you did nothing to it. Now, I should have picked a better one, because if I did any of the other ones, I've already had like where I took a step loss, or I got an artillery shift 1 or an artillery shift 2. And then you'll apply, and that's how you apply the effects for the fire support mission. So nothing happened to this guy, all right? So that was 6 points of artillery shot into the woods, into an entrenched position, and because of the low die roll on the 10-sided dice, and then the modifiers ended up with a 4. No effect. You see this hex here? I had the artillery hit, didn't damage anything, but it did apply an artillery shift. That artillery shift provides an unfavorable column shift during combat or close assault. Same thing here, artillery shift. This guy up here, I did earlier, and he is a reduced unit with 2 steps. He took a hit, a 1-step hit. So you have options where you can, well, you can't do on this one because he's in entrenchment 2. If this was an entrenchment 3, which is right here, and you take a step loss on a fire support mission, you have the option to just destroy the entrenchment and the units not suffer any losses, all right? You also have the option to retreat, all right? Instead of taking the numerical loss, you can retreat. I obviously didn't want to break this line, so he took a loss. So he was a 2-step reduced unit. Well, there's no replacing unit for him, so what you do is you put one of these spade markers, which are also considered tactical assault markers, and you put that under there to show that he is now 1-step unit, and his strengths and stuff are now reduced by half. So his strength is now 1.5. His defense is now 2. Okay, that's how that works. That's a fire support mission. So I say it took me 2.5 hours to walk through the first one because I was going through each of the subsegments and the rules. And to do this, the fire support mission resolution is section 11.6.0. For those of you that are getting ready are going to start doing what I'm doing here, G.O.S.S, you want the latest rule book, which you can download online. It's the one that comes with Lucky Forward. And the updated charts come in Lucky Forward. But you can go to Decision Games, and if you don't have Lucky Forward, but you want the new charts, it's $5, and they send you the player aids. I ordered mine. They got shipped out today, so I can't wait for them to get here because I'm too lazy to copy my Lucky Forward one so I can use them in all my other games. All right, so there you have it. That is G.O.S.S. That is a fire support mission. During the Allied turn, the Americans' turn, the Germans will get to shoot back. But that was a basic example. So it's simple. Get your fire support points, all right? Roll a 10-sided dice. Add that to your fire support point strength, all right? Take that number, go through all the die roll modifiers for the target hex. Minus those die roll modifiers or plus whatever you come up with against your fire support value, all right? And use your chart over there. The only dice rolling is the 10-sided dice, but on your chart over there, whatever number you end up coming up with after the modifiers, you get your result right there beside it, and you execute the results. The exception to this is if there's armored, which this unit right here, this entrenchment, there's some Stugs in there. All right, so this is a mixed armor because it's not all armor. You got infantry and then you got armor. So you have another column on your die roll modifiers here called Group C. So if you're using mixed armor, okay, you can either use that -2, but what you do is from tables from Group A, Group B, and C, you can choose one from 2 of these columns. So you'll take the best 2 of these 3. So you could take one from here, and not use this one. Or you could take one from here, one from there, and not use this one. So you're going to get 2 out of 3, and the target hex guy, he gets to choose the best ones. That is in armor. So if you have pure armor in that hex, like there's just tanks and Stoogs in there, that's a -3. That's a good die roll modifier. There's only a few that are above that. So like I said, you'll choose the best 2 out of 3 when you apply that, when this is an armor, okay? All right, there you go. There's a basic fire support mission using barrage points or fire support value. No units on board, just off-board stuff. There you go, pretty simple. Like I say, it took me 2.5 hours first time. It took me 12 minutes to do 2. And will we just spend right here 10 minutes to do this for me to run my mouth? All right, guys, that's G.O.S.S. That's a fire support mission at its most base level. If I missed something or I calculated something wrong, one of you G.O.S.S. geniuses out there, let me know. All right, let's get this thing posted so y'all can see that Hexy's still alive. Talk to y'all soon.